My 3 o'clock dog is here, and she is a Sheltie. She's a very good dog, and I think most Shelties are very well behaved, at least the ones that I've ever groomed. So, you get her out of her cage, and she'll walk right up the ramp. Come here, and jump into the tub. Come on, there we go. If you saw my video from yesterday, you'll know I'm working on training my Basset Hound puppies to walk up the ramp. They're not very good about it yet, but once they do it a couple times, they'll just run right up and jump in. I used a treat yesterday to get my dog to go up the ramp, and it worked. I'm just loading her up with shampoo. I'm using a de-shedding rake to work her shampoo down next to her skin and to separate her undercoat. I'm rinsing off her shampoo, and now I'm going to put some cream rinse on her and run the rake through her coat again. This will really help loosen up her hair, so when I use the force dryer on her, it'll blow out her undercoat. I'm going to put her away for a few minutes while I clean up my mess in the tub. Then I'll get her back out and finish drying her on the grooming table. Usually I don't pick up big dogs, but she's not a big dog. She's really small. Underneath all this hair, she's very light. I would say she's probably only about 30 pounds. When she was a puppy, her mother, and me actually, thought that she was mixed. She didn't look like a purebred Sheltie because she was so like long and skinny. But she looks like a Sheltie now, but she didn't when she was a puppy. She just looked off just because she's real thin. A lot of Shelties are kind of chubby. I don't know, maybe it's because their hair. Anyway, I'm going to put on some conditioner. I turned the fan. Didn't turn it enough. Just spray on some conditioner. I'm going to brush her out and finish blow drying her. Okay. And I'm going to get my mask on because this is a whole lot of hair. Get my slicker brush. I got a fan going right here to help her dry. We need all the help we can get. All right. Slicker brush and a pin brush, whatever I feel like using. I'm going to use a pin brush. It's a lot more gentle. So for her back end, I'm going to use the slicker brush. This is a lot thicker back here. Got to pull this undercoat out. I mean, her hair's in good shape, but still, this works a lot better for her butt because it's thinner up here. Okay, I'm going to go back with my mat splitter and just check for any tangles back here. Make sure it goes through. without tangling up on anything, jamming up on anything. Brush out her tail. This just kind of cuts through any tangles so it doesn't hurt as bad if I was like ripping it out with the brush. I'm using my 7 blade. See how hairy her back ankles are? This is just how I do it. I don't know how anybody else does, what anybody else does with this, but I like to take it off. Shaving the pads of her feet out with a 30 blade. See how hairy they get? Pads of their feet grow hair, between their toes grow hair. Keep this shaved out so her feet stay clean. She'll bring in everything she steps in into the house. You know, it gets stuck up in there, sticks to the hair. And if you're one of those people who don't clean up after your dog after they go poo-poo, they'll step in that too and bring that in the house. I'm going to shave under her tail where she goes potty. And shave it out with a 10 blade. Get all this hair away from her back end. I'm also going to shave her belly out. Lift her leg up. And shave inside. Make sure I got the tail out of the way. Just brushing all of her hair down. And I want to trim it up along the bottom. Check for tangles with my comb. And there's tangles. So I'm going to use this to cut through them. I'm going to use my curved chunkers just to blend in the hair around her poo-poo area. I'll put my glasses on. Just so it's not like a big shaved spot. You know, it just blends it in so it looks nicer. Because you know when they go to the bathroom, this hair hangs down and everything sticks to the hair. Like right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just comb over it with this mat splitter. It's also got some undercoat in here too. It's going to pull out. Then I'm going to go back with my comb. Make sure all the undercoat is out. Still a little bit wet, so it's not going through that easily, but it's almost dry. Most dogs are pretty good about being groomed once they get to know you. I mean, this is pretty good that she lets me do all this, but she's been coming here for years. So we got that brushed out. We got her legs brushed out. I'm gonna go back and trim up all the feathers. Just cutting her nails. Move the hair out of my way so I can see. Check for dew claws. She has a dew claw. Some dogs have them and some dogs don't. And once I get the hair off her toes, I'm going to trim them up. Then I'll be able to take a little bit more off her nails. Trim them up a little bit more. I'm using my zero comb just to shorten it up a little bit back here, neaten it up. Just brushing her neck out with my slicker brush. Her body is done. I trimmed up all her feet and cut her nails. Check for mats, because Shelties usually have mats behind her ears, and she doesn't. That's amazing. Shelties, border collies, regular collies, golden retrievers, they all have mats behind their ears, usually. Okay, so I'm going to cut through it with my mat splitter. And it's still a little bit wet in here too, so it's harder to get this through. When it's wet, it kind of sticks together. There, we got it. Yep, I found, see? There's always at least one. I found it. Mat, right back here. I'm gonna snip this out. There's that. It's always more brushing to do. As soon as you think you're done, you're not done. The way I trim up Sheltie's ears is I like to skim over them with my 7 skip tooth blade. Just skim over that and skim over that side, and I'm going to go back and just trim up the tips of them. I think my favorite dogs to groom, if I had to pick, would be Yorkies, Maltese, and Shelties. I think they're my favorite. Because they're easy. They're so easy. Like, they're just easy. I'm just trimming along the edge of her ear. Combing it all to the side and trimming up this edge. And I also like to use my 7 skip tooth to neaten up the sides of their neck and their butt. Well, they're all over, but I'm just saying. Let's fluff it all up and I'm gonna skim over it. Just skimming off all the scraggly hairs. The comb is going through easily, so it's brushed out pretty good. Cleaning her ears out with some ear cleaner and a cotton ball. Her ears always look good in there. Her body is done. Her tail is done. Whoop. You know, whenever you think you're done, you're not done. You always can find something else. All right. I'm going to skim over her butt with my 7 skip tooth blade. Just make sure it's nice and neat, that there's no hairs out of place. She's done, guys. I'm just picking and picking and picking. All right, I got to stop, because you could really just pick and pick at this dog forever, or any dog. It never ends, because there's always hairs out of place. I'm just double checking her side, and I'm going to dress her up. I have a really cute bandana for her. I make bandanas for all the dogs that are groomed here. See, there's still a little bit left in there. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to spray on a little bit more conditioner, because the dog can never be too soft. Just brush all this in. Look how soft and shiny she is. You know, when she goes, you can't really tell in here because of the light, but if she goes outside in the yard and runs around, she will look really good. I'm just going to spray a little water on a baby wipe and dress her up. You know, because I don't like to get soap in their eyes. So when you wash their face, you got to kind of like stay around here. I mean, I can rinse it off with the water, but you never know if the face is really clean. So there's that. There she is, the best dog in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and put on her bandana. It slips right over the collar. It's got a little diamond in the middle. Super cute. It's comfortable, and she doesn't even know she's wearing it. Let me go ahead and take this off. She probably wouldn't even move if I didn't have this on her on the table, but we want her to wear it just in case. And she has a nice trimmed up back end. All right, let's go.